I've got a little video just to play to you of a previous student who did Welsh Bac or Skills Challenge certificate, and also the admissions tutor from Oxford University, who talks about the benefit of using it alongside other subjects such as physics, maths, computer science and chemistry, and those sort of sciences as well, which will be really helpful. Okay, so at the moment, obviously in year 10, you don't have as much freedom in the topics. You know, you do obesity. Obviously, if you're on your individual projects at the moment, you would be able to select that, but within reason. Whereas at A level, you get the freedom of choice. Okay, so you can do a global topic. So if you're interested, for example, in medicine and you wanted to be a doctor, you might look at resistance to antibiotics as part of your global challenge. You might look at different types of engineering instead. You may look at COVID. There are lots of different things that you might look at, and you have the freedom to choose the type of global issue that you want to talk about and look at. The same with the individual projects. If you want to do things like dentistry, if you want to be a vet or a physio, this year we've had quite a few that have gone into sort of medical choices. You can base your individual project around that particular topic, okay? And it is 50% of your A-level grade. And the benefit of it is that you can take it with you if you go for jobs or you go to interviews for university. Now, some of you, obviously this is quite a long way away, I know, and we're talking a lot in the future, but if you have, if there's sort of like lots of physicists or people with the same qualification as you, they might ask you to come to an interview at the university so they can meet you, get an idea about you. You can take along with you your individual project if, for example, you're doing something medical related. So we had a student a couple of years ago who wanted to do dentistry. She didn't actually have quite enough of the grades to do it, but she took her project, which was linked to oral hygiene and cancers, and they were really, really impressed with what she had produced. They actually gave her an offer to go and do dentistry because they really liked what she had produced, and it showed that she had such a wide variety of skills as well. You know, and also things like the enterprise and employability. If you wanted a job or you wanted to go into management in some way, you can take your innovation proposal with you and you can show prospective employers what you can actually produce. So it is really, really useful to have those kind of skills really, and evidence of the work that you've done, because it's quite competitive in jobs. And also, obviously, there's a lot of people with the same qualifications, and you need to set yourself outside everybody else so that you've got an edge over other people. So like, for example, the community, if you wanted to go into medicine or nursing, or you wanted to do teaching or something like that, the community challenge is really, really useful, because obviously you can show that you've done so many hours of coaching or in the community where you're sort of volunteering. So if you do work experience for medicine and vets and dentistry, it's obviously really important. Okay. So in terms of Ucas and applying to university, the Skills Challenge certificate, or the Welsh Bac as we usually call it, is worth exactly the same points as any other A level. So an A star in maths is the same as an A star in Welsh Bac. An A in physics is the same as an A in Welsh Bac. So the grades that you get at A level from Welsh Bac or Skills Challenge certificate are exactly the same as what you would get in any other subject. So sometimes if you've got quite a lot of subjects, so you're taking maths, physics, chemistry, you might want to take a different kind of subject on the side to help you. And that's why Welsh Bac is extremely useful, because there are no exams. It's all coursework based, which means that essentially it becomes a bank at A level for you. And a lot of our pupils this year, last year, the year before, have relied on their Welsh Bac grades to get them into university, and also to take the pressure off them as well when they go in. You know, it's quite nice, the thought that you know that you're on target to get an A or an A star, that you need to get into university, and you kind of know this around about the January time of year 13, where the majority of the course has been completed, and you know you only got to do a small amount of work to get the rest of the A level. So it's extremely beneficial to you. And the same if you're applying for apprenticeships as well. They obviously use Welsh Bac again. You've got a guaranteed grade, you know exactly what you're doing. And we have had pupils do take their projects on architecture and engineering with them to some of their apprenticeships, and they've been really, really impressed with the quality of work produced. And again, obviously they've had a place then given to them on the apprenticeships. Okay, so There is a myth that universities don't take Welsh back, they don't rate it, which is an absolute lie. Every university I know take Welsh back, particularly in Wales. If you want to study in Wales for university, every single university include Welsh back in the offers. Obviously, depending on the course that you want to take might vary slightly on the offer that is made to you, but even in universities such as Oxford and Cambridge, they do take Welsh back. But they don't necessarily give you an offer with it. And obviously the admissions tutor, when I show you the video, will explain to you why that is the case and how valuable it is to them, which people don't necessarily see. But if you want to do dentistry, you can see that Cardiff and Bristol take Welsh back. If you want to do medicine, Cardiff, Exeter, Leicester, Plymouth, veterinary, all of the sciences, things like that you want to do. I've not ever known a pupil in all the years that we've been doing it not get into university or not get given an offer based on Welsh back. In fact, a lot of our students get unconditional offers on the basis of their Welsh back grade because they know that student will secure it. So we had a few students, particularly not this year necessarily, but the year before, were given unconditional offers to study at university on the basis of their Welsh back grade as well. Okay, so it is extremely beneficial to you. So in terms of our results then, just to give you an inkling as to what the results have been in our department over the last few years, we are very, very successful at delivering Welsh back at A level, and there's a very small team of us, myself, Mr Goddard, Mrs Calise and Miss Beach, are usually the small team that deliver Welsh back at A level. And as you can see, this year we're on target for 91% A star B. Now, we were really fortunate. I put all the projects and the community in January. So our students this year for year 13 already secured their grade in the February series. So they've already got these grades. These are ones that we know that have definitely been achieved by pupils. And as you can see over the years, our A star B percentage is really high, and the same obviously with a C. We've never had a pupil in all the years we've been running it have a D or fail Welsh back. Okay, so that'll give you an inkling as to how successful it is run at A level. So I'm just going to play you a really brief clip now from a previous student, and then I'm going to play you the video from the admissions tutor from Oxford University. Oh, and this is just a guide of some of the places that our students have gone to as part of their offers. So you can see we've got apprenticeships down the side. We've had some go to BAE Systems, Dyson, Mercedes, Network Rail, lots of engineering apprenticeships. We've had finance ones there as well, business management, those that wanted to do engineering, Mercedes-Benz, and these are all the most recent ones. And again, you can see on the right-hand side that there are lots of university courses that people have studied, and there is a huge range of them. You've got economics, psychology, accountancy, computer science, criminology, law, business, human biosciences, physiotherapy is one of the popular ones that we've had this year, teaching, history and politics, nursing. There are an abundance of courses, mental health nursing as well, that people on the basis of their advanced Welsh back have got onto courses.
Hi, I'm Daisy and I studied Welsh Baccalaureate at Chepstow School with Mrs Giddy and Mr Goddard. For me, Welsh Bac really helped prepare me for employment, further education, entering the working world, but also general life as well. By completing the Welsh Bac course and the skills challenge, I was really able to gain a series of valuable skills, which not only helped me feel confident for the next step, but also made me feel equipped and ready to take on that next step. For most people, this would have been university. I actually got into my top two choices, which were Birmingham and Cardiff, to study business management and marketing. As it happens, I didn't actually go to university in the end, and I entered right into the working world within a global fashion company as a marketing executive. Until very recently, this is what I've been doing, but I've now got a new job as a social media manager within a PR, social, digital and communications agency. Without a doubt, I feel like Welsh Bac really helped prepare me for those next steps in my life, but also helped me develop skills that are completely invaluable. They are priceless, and I now have the confidence to be able to do things that perhaps I wouldn't have been able to do before. For somebody that doesn't know exactly what they want to do in life, Welsh Bac is a great choice to opt for because you're able to take sectors of other topics that you're interested in and apply these to the different areas of the Welsh Bac course. So if you have an interest in something, you're able to really focus on that within certain areas of the course. This is something that, you know, is hugely beneficial for somebody that isn't totally sure what they want to do. Because
I'm just going to stop there because I'm really conscious of time and I want to play you this video from the Admissions Tutor.
Hi everyone, my name is Matt Williams. I'm the Access Fellow here at Jesus College at the University of Oxford. I have been asked to talk about the Welsh Baccalaureate qualification because it's quite controversial, and given that Jesus College is known as the Welsh College at Oxford, so called because we were founded by Welshmen and for hundreds of years all of our students came from Wales, I was asked to comment on what I thought of the Welsh Baccalaureate and basically whether it's worth anything or not. Well, the quick answer is yes, it's incredibly valuable. Now, it's fair to say that when the qualification was first instituted and utilised, universities like ours weren't entirely sure what to make of it, and so we didn't make offers on it. So we didn't, for example, when offering places to students, ask them to get a particular grade in the Welsh Baccalaureate. And that is still the case, and that can lead some to conclude that the Welsh Bac is a waste of time, that you'd be better off doing more academic focused subjects rather than the Welsh Bac, and that it's effectively valueless when it comes to applying to competitive universities like this. I would push back really hard on that argument for a couple of important reasons. The Welsh Bac in particular encourages you to think and research on your own terms, which most A-levels absolutely do not do. So in particular, your independent study project will help you develop skills of being a critical and original thinker, which are highly prized at universities like Oxford. Let's take an example. Let's imagine that you're applying for physics, and at A-level you're studying maths, further maths and physics. That effectively means that you're doing 3 versions of mathematics for A-level, and that's fine, but it's very narrowly focused. Now, it is correct to say that universities like Oxford, when admitting physics students, reward quite narrow and discipline focused, but at the same time we also look for people that are creative and innovative and capable of looking around the edges of their discipline, and that includes prospective physicists, mathematicians, computer scientists and all the rest of it. So being able to do your own independent research is tremendously useful because it helps you work out what sort of questions are important to you. You start developing research skills, you start developing your independent mindedness, all of which is tremendously valuable and looks great on a personal statement, looks fantastic when you refer to it if it's relevant to do so in an interview. The second primary reason that I think the Welsh Bac is incredibly valuable is with regards to labour market skills. Now, another thing that's common amongst those that just have academic qualifications is that they are incredibly badly prepared for the world of work. And the voluntary service component of the Welsh Bac, for example, is very good at developing what we fairly in a fairly derogatory sense call soft skills. Those would be skills that about, say, time management, working with others and so forth. Those are very, very marketable skills, even if they are sometimes construed as soft, and well worth practicing in a fairly safe sense in the Welsh Baccalaureate qualification. They also can help you again to see the practical implications of academic problems. So in academic subjects, at A-level or at degree level, you constantly consider the world in fairly abstract terms, and it can be quite difficult to reconcile that with practical realities. Whereas if you actually do voluntary work, it can really help. Let's say, for example, you're planning to become a doctor. If you do some voluntary work in the community, you can see how public health and medical interventions actually work in the real world. Even if it's on a fairly small scale, it can give you some amazing insights into the complexities of managing a complex health system. So, in short, there are 2 very important reasons why you should continue with the Welsh Bac, and you should make the most of it. First of all, it will enhance your academic creativity, your independent mindedness, your innovativeness, And secondly, it'll help improve your labour market skills. So for those reasons, and potentially many others, I would highly encourage you to continue with your Welsh back and make the most out of it. Thanks so much. Hope you come and visit us soon in Oxford once.
So that in a nutshell is what we wanted to share with you all today, just a little bit of an insight on Welsh back really and skills challenge certificate. Mr. Goddard, I don't know if there's anything you want to say really quickly.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it very short because I think there's some real important messages that we just seen there this morning and heard from Mrs. Giddy, those wider skills. So it's really, it's to give you peace of mind that when you come into sixth form and you're doing Welsh back skills challenge, it's a very, very important qualification for many reasons you've heard this morning. So thank you for attending. Thank you, Mrs. Giddy, for that presentation. And thank you for the form tutors as well.